And I told you guys early in the show, we got two special guests joining us, two great additions to the secondary. And man, we got these young secondary players coming in the league ready to kick down the door first quarter. We got another outstanding member trying to do the same thing. Talented NFL cornerback prospect out of Florida State University, DBU. I said it, Pat P. You got to swallow it. It's our day.
Hey,
First team. Hey, it's our day, Pat P. Ain't all that LSU talk y'all boys been ganging up with me on and all this and all that. You and Jamal and Tyree and all y'all. No, it's our day today. DBU, Florida State. You gotta take that. First team, all ACC in 2020. You can follow him on Instagram at Zont, Z-O-N-T period 954. Oh yeah. And he's from Broward County. So we got three cover corners on the show right now from Broward. Man, Asante Samuel Jr. joining us here. All things covered. Patrick Peterson, Bryant, McFadden. Man, how you feeling?
I'm feeling good. Just blessed to be in this position. I've been working all my life to be here.
Yeah, no doubt. Talking about this position you're currently in, what is your day-to-day routine like? Granted, you're done with your pro day. I know you're happy that that's finally over, but this entire pre-draft process, what has your schedule looked like?
It's kind of up and down. Some days I have like 2-3 Zoom calls. Some days I have one, but just basically just working out, some Zoom calls, and just playing the waiting game right now.
Yeah. Hey, what high school you went to?
I went to St. Thomas.
Oh, okay. I thought maybe you would have went to your pops went to BA, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, he went to BA.
Okay, I got you. So, like, how is it? How has it been for you? Being the son of a former All-Pro, but obviously, holding the name down. What's some of the advantages and disadvantages been for you as you trying to get your career off to the NFL start?
It's a blessing to have an NFL father, and I mean, it's a lot of advantages to it, but the disadvantages just people trying to compare me all the time to him, just thinking I'm him, thinking like we just like the same person. We kind of the same, but we very different in many ways.
Right.
Yeah. And speaking of your father, he played for the Patriots, the Eagles, and the Falcons. What do you remember about his playing days? And we look at the success he was able to have as a cover corner in the National Football League.
I just know he was a great player. He played on some Super Bowl teams with Tom Brady them, and he was just a great player. That's all I can remember.
So, so with you being from our neck of the woods, South Florida, how was it playing for St. Thomas Aquinas? How did it prepare you for the next level? Because I had some running into St. Thomas. I could never get over the hump against.
Pat, you never beat St. Thomas before?
Nah, I never beat St. Thomas, man. I couldn't get over George Smith, man. George Smith had the key. He had the key, dog.
Yeah, I never beat St. Thomas either.
Yeah, how was it like, being on campus, and how did they prepare you, for that next level?
Just being around like NFL talent. I played with Joey Bosa. I mean, not Joey, Nick Bosa, Damon Arnett, a lot of guys, Jordan Scarlett, just a lot of NFL guys just competing every day with them. And the structure that George Smith and Coach Harriet had while I was there, just like a college structure. So when I came to college, I mean, I would honestly say high school was harder than college for me, but just being prepared.
Well, let's go ahead and run that back real quick, because if you from South Florida, you know about the prestige that St. Thomas has football wise. But there are a lot of people that are listening to us and a lot of people that are watching us on YouTube. They may have heard of St. Thomas, but they really don't know what St. Thomas is. Can you name some of the players that played before you at St. Thomas that went on to the NFL, and some players that you played with at St. Thomas that went on to big universities and also have an opportunity to play in the National Football League as well? Some names that you can remember off the top of your head.
Well, just off the top of my head, I mean, I know Michael Irvin, Joey Bosa, Nick Bosa, Damon Arnett, LaMarcus Joyner, James White, Giovanni Bernard, Philip Dorsett. That's all I can think of right now, but I know it's way more. But it's just a lot of NFL talent, and you're gonna compete.
Hey, you ain't lying about that because I'm trying to think, who did I play with? I know I played against Jannard. Who else did I play with? I don't remember playing against.
Y'all played against St. Thomas your senior year, Pat?
We played against him my junior and my senior year because
wait a minute. Did Geno Atkins went there too?
Oh yeah, Geno Atkins.
Oh yeah. Geno. Yeah, I played against Geno. There. Major Wright. I played
Major Wright.
Brother.
That's all I can.
They had a few linemen too.
My man, the receiver, Leonard Hankerson. Went
to Miami. Yeah, played for Washington.
Yeah. Now you guys definitely had some talent every year. So Zunt, if you don't mind me calling you Zunt, since that's your Twitter handle, what led you to leaving school early?
I just felt like I've been putting good film on there for 3 years. I mean, I was in Florida State, been in an up and down type of situation right now, but I still managed to be able to make plays and still be able to do what I do on the field. And I just feel like I'm one of the best cornerbacks in the draft right now. And being from South Florida, I mean, we just kind of different. I mean,
hey, did your dad give you any advice, throughout the process?
I mean, just stay humble and just do what I've been doing all my life.
Yeah, just left in your hands, because obviously it's your journey. So I respect that.
Man, when you say South Florida is different, man, could you elaborate a little bit on that? What you mean by that? You know what I mean? Of course, I know, Pat Pete know, but like I said, a lot of people, watching this that might not know exactly what you mean. When you talk about football in South Florida, when you talk about players coming from South Florida, when you say they're different, what do you mean?
Just the way we go about things, the swag we got on the field, just everything. I mean, it's so much things just we've been doing since we was little, at little league parts at Lauderdale Lake, Lauderdale Lines.
Yes,
so I mean, it's a lot of people in South Florida that's supposed to be in the league right now, but they ain't get that opportunity. So I mean, it's just, I don't know. It's kind of hard to explain. You just got to be there to feel it.
You got to be there, no doubt.
I agree 100%. I'll never forget, man. I went down there, dog. It was 2019 at the Lauderdale Stadium, the new one they rebuilt. It was a Little League football game, bro. And it was like 10,000 people there. Stadium was, I think it was the rematch of the Super Bowl a couple years ago. Mac, I never seen that many people in one setting for a Little League football game. It was amazing.
Oh, Little League football right now in South Florida, Pat P, is different.
I know.
It's different. High school football is different than when I played, than when you played. With the 707 circuits, they got these AAU like football programs now when it comes to 707. It's a big deal down there. And you got to be mentally tough and got to be physically gifted to be able to come out and get the opportunities like Zont is having right now in front of him. Before you had to have an opportunity of getting drafted, when you came out of St. Thomas, you had the cream of the crop coming out, trying to get you to sign with their universities.
That's what you decided that. LSU was on this list, man. I'm trying to figure out why Florida State.
No. Well, hey, the source, we got the source right now, Pat P. If you want to get a valid answer, we got the source with us right now. Why you chose Florida State, Zont?
I mean, just like you said earlier, we DBU, great defensive backs came out of Florida State, and they thrive in the NFL. That's what I want to do. I mean,
they did. Respect.
Hey, Zont, you should hear Pat P when the LSU boys on here. And he's I like the integrity that Pat P has. You know what I mean? He's respecting it now, but when his LSU boys on here, oh man, we DBU, we been doing this, we been doing that.
But what I say all the time, Mac, I said if it's anyone, it's definitely between us two, because year in and year out, the guys that we put into the league, the guys perform. The guys, go to the next level and continue having a prominent career once they leave college. And most colleges, can't say the same thing. So we both are, man. That's why I say when you have a Florida State guy on, I'm happy to share the Florida State guy.
It's enough for everybody.
Yeah, anybody else, Mac? I won't be displeased. All right.
No doubt. Hey, Zont, I've been watching your game, man, since day one. Of course, playing at Florida State, and me being a football analyst for CBS, I've had the opportunity of breaking down a lot of cornerbacks, and watching your tape, you remind me a lot of Jair Alexander. the corner from Green Bay. And I think I said that also too. I see a lot of great things in your game, especially the willingness to tackle. You know what I mean? Being feisty and playing with that chip on your shoulder. But when you self-scout yourself, what are some areas you would like to improve on?
I'll just say just taking better angles to tackle defenders, and just probably stand square a little bit long, and just getting my hands on guys more. I'm strong, so I just need to use it to my ability.
Hey, Pat P, share some of your tricks when you talk about, helping staying square, similar to what you broke down with JC. I'm pretty sure Zant would love to hear some of the tricks that you have in your bag when you're playing bump and run and being patient, being square, and being able to get your hands on wide receivers consistently.
Yeah, it just comes down to, as I'm sure Zant knows this, it just comes down to eyes, just continue to train our eyes, throughout, drills, so like I just told JC, by working with the visor, like the visor I have on my head, to give us a better idea of if our eyes are really staying down. You know what I mean? So I go up against a DB, I put a visor on, and we always say we want our focus point to be between the belly button to mid thigh. So now what's really going to help me keep my eyes focused on that is the visor, because once my eyes come up, the visor going to come up, and that's going to be a clear indication of if my eyes are in the right place. And another thing with staying square is, as you know, false stepping. You want to make sure you have good pressure points so it don't create those false steps. Guys, coaches always say, get off your heels, get on your balls of your feet. And what the pressure point is going to come from is you figuring out where your pressure point is, because everybody has different body structure, and for you to figure out your pressure point, that's where you're gonna have to get in position and like literally bend down to feel where the most pressure is in the balls of your feet, and that's gonna be the money position for you, because now the only place you're gonna be able to go is backwards, and that's gonna take the false step out of your game. So I mean, it's a lot of things you can do as self-evaluating, looking at a lot of film, looking at receivers to really see what they're doing, if they're really because all of this stuff right here is really just an illusion. Look at tape in slow motion, because that's what I do a lot. Is when I have one-on-ones, I watch all my one-on-ones in slow motion. I'm looking and seeing what the receiver is doing within those first 3 yards, because that's important to me, versus having a false step, opening the gate, not getting nothing on them. That's defeating the purpose of playing, press coverage. So watching in slow motion, and when the first thing you're gonna see is that receiver ain't doing a damn thing but coming straight to you. And I'm quite sure you know this already. So now just have that in your mind when you are pressed, when you want to get your hands on this guy. It's almost like a timing. I got to get my hands on this guy within 3 yards. I have to find out something to keep me square within these 3 yards to disrupt the timing and become better at the press position. So those are a little couple of nuggets that you can use on in your game and to help improve that line of scrimmage game, because that's where it starts, at the line of scrimmage, especially if you want to get hands on guys.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
And also too, I know you mentioned about, improving your angles when it comes to tackling. Angles is extremely important when it comes to covering as well. The great corners utilize great angles. You don't have to be a 4-2, 4-3 guy. It's all about being able to utilize the proper angles to make sure that you're always where you need to be. And when you master that skill set as well, the sky's the limit. I remember when Pat P first got drafted, I used to talk to Pat P all the time, because see, Pat P, he had this rare form of athleticism that he only had. You know what I mean? I couldn't cover like Pat P because I didn't have the athleticism that he had. And I remember I told Pat P, I said, Pat, when you combine the athleticism with the fundamentals and the technique, it's going to be rap. You know what I mean? So being able to add certain things like angles, along with what he talked about at the line of scrimmage, being patient and making sure every rep looks the same. And when you do things now, like when you're working out on your own or you're working out with a group of guys, try to have someone recording your reps. You know what I mean? When you're doing bump and run, when you're getting some wide receiver work done, try to have someone record your reps so you can actually watch it back in slow motion if possible, or just rewatch yourself over and over again. Just study yourself. When you're playing off technique, pre-snap alignment is always important when you're playing off technique. Making sure you got the right foot up, making sure you got your 3-step read ready to go. You got a good position on your wide receiver, and now you're utilizing your leverage and your angles to be able to be right where you need to be, and it becomes contagious. You know what I mean? Interception comes in bunches. Good reps comes in bunches. They become contagious, and before you know, it's second nature. Like how you inhale, exhale. It'd be the same thing when you covering someone. Dang, man, I just owned it today. I know you had the moments where you be in practice, be like, man, I just can't. Man, I'm on it. No, yeah. But when that happens every time you play in the ball game, that's when everything happened for you. You know what I mean? Just being able to master that now while you're getting ready for camp, whatever team drafts you, and then when you get rolling, man, they be like, man, shoot, man, we know he has the mentality, but now he got the fundamentals and the technique as well. So those are little things you can incorporate, in your game while you're training right now. And then whenever you do get drafted, you can take those same fundamentals, same thought processes to that said team. And speaking of draft, what do you expect your draft night to be like? What are you planning on doing? You know what I mean? Are you trying to have a family over, a few friends over? You be in South Florida. What do you expect to have going on during your draft night?
I just want to have close friends, close family with me. The people that was really with me before all this came about, and just really having the people that was really with me through everything. I'm just gonna be so blessed and humble to be in that position, and probably tears gonna come. I know my whole family probably gonna be crying, so it's just gonna be
great. Hey, what's gonna be your request? Cause I know, obviously with it being your day, what you gonna request as far as to eat, a dessert? Like, what's your favorite thing that you gonna request to have at the party?
Yeah, you got to have a draft. You got to have draft food, son. You got to have draft food, bro. That's your day.
Yeah.
Probably have some big rays. That's like some barbecue chicken, macaroni, baked beans, Southern food. I ain't gonna switch up now.
You can't switch up now. You talked about having a lot of Zoom calls, that you've been on. Have you met with, multiple teams twice, or most of the Zoom calls you've been a part of have been with different teams, but have you had the opportunity of meeting with a few teams over and over again, to say the least, or at least 2 times?
Yeah, I talked to I pretty much talked to every team in the NFL like twice. So
okay.
Yeah, and I'm sure I'm gonna have some more scheduled before draft, but just waiting for them to text me and set up another one.
Have you gotten a good vibe from any team that you've met with via Zoom?
Actually, the Steelers, the Browns, and the Jets.
3 teams that all need cornerbacks. I can tell you that much. And Mike Tomlin was at your pro day, right?
Yes, sir.
It's a good feeling when the head coach is at your pro day. And I can tell you this much. Steelers love drafting Florida State players. Just throw that out there.
Ready to work.
Just throw that out there. Hey, so we're going to switch up to the superlative part of our show. We're going to hit you with rapid fire questions. I want your honest, unbiased answer. Pat P, I'll let you take the first one first.
Your favorite part of playing football at Florida State?
Playing in dope.
Dope Campbell?
Mm-hmm.
All right, I got one for you. Best St. Thomas Aquinas grad in the NFL right now?
Oh, I say right now, it gotta be Nick Bosa.
Yeah. Nick? Hey, that boy.
Man, they got both Bosa brothers, but one Bosa was injured. So yeah, that Nick Bosa, he tough out there.
Yeah, he definitely is.
All right, I got this. Is my last one for me, Mac. Your best interception in your
college career? I'll probably say my first one against Virginia.
Okay. You remember the play? You remember how it happened? Walk me through it.
What route was it? Yeah, take us through the play. What was it called?
I think it was really like third down. It was the first drive of the game. They marching down the field, and we was in the cover 2, but the quarterback started to scramble. So they tell us to split the defenders. Mm-hmm. And I split the defenders, and he kind of threw it. He kind of threw it behind his target, and I just made a play on the ball.
All right, I got one for you. Best cornerback from Broward that's currently on this interview right now?
You gotta say himself.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, yeah. Great.
I'll be disappointed if he didn't say himself.
All right, so let me switch it up with you with
because
this.
Like you said, we from Florida, man. We different. We don't give a damn who on the Zoom call.
I'm retired. I would say me, and I ain't covered nobody. I don't know how long.
Real.
Hey, no doubt. All right, Zon, last one for you. Who do you hate more, Florida or Miami?
Oh, Miami for sure.
Oh, that boy said Miami for sure.
He went to Miami. Why everybody? That was the first Miami we got.
Yeah. Because Derwin said Florida. Yeah. Why you hate Miami more than Florida?
Cause I don't know. It's just something about that.
It's closer to him.
Yeah, it's closer.
Yeah.
I know. I grew up with most of the players on the team, and they just talk so much. And Florida State and they just acting like they just been killing Florida State all the whole rivalry.
Right.
Yeah. And Miami fans, they are annoying though, because every time they start off 3-0, or the U back. How many years y'all gonna be back? When y'all gonna ever get to where y'all going? Every year, the U back, we back. I guess you're admitting that you actually left. To be back, right. You got to leave, right?
Yeah. True.
Hey, man, Zont, man, we appreciate you joining us, man. All things covered. Patrick Peterson, Bryant McFadden, man, pleasure having you on. Man, looking forward to seeing you get drafted. Hey, you look real good up in Pittsburgh. You know what I mean? Go ahead and rock that number 20. Who got 26? Hey, I think Benny Snell got 26.
I'll get 40. If they want me to, just tell me they come get me.
Hey, remember I told you the Steelers love drafting Florida State Seminoles back. Yeah. So, hey, man, just regardless of the situation, just to be where you currently are, man, is a blessing. And you will get drafted, you know what I mean? And just take that opportunity and run with it and be, just appreciative of the moment, man. And we're going to continue to support you. And I'm going to support you. You're a Florida State guy. But, man, anything you need from any one of us, me or Pat P, man, when it comes to the game, man, we here and keep doing what you're doing.
Appreciate that. Thanks, y'all, for having me on here.